Well, this is my 1949 Studebaker 2R5 pickup that my sister and I are in the process of restoring. Today what I want to do is talk about removing the heater housing assembly seen here in front of you, and then also disassembling it and removing the blower motor from there. Now this is the housing, and this housing is actually mounted to the Studebaker back here in the back. You can see the access hole there. And it mounts using these 4 bolts from the inside of the pickup, and each one of these bolts has a rubber washer that I believe was used for shock mitigation of the system. Additionally, I had to separate the connecting arm between the driver's side windshield wiper and the wiper motor because it actually ran in front of the defrost vent, and so I had to remove it first. There were 2 wires for the blower motor on the back side. The first one was grounded to the vehicle here. The second one here had some resistors or fuses in it, and it was connected to the blower motor switch. From the blower motor switch, another wire ran from there to the ignition, and that's how it got its power. The blower motor mounts to the back of the heater housing with these 2 bolts, and to facilitate further discussion, I went ahead and pulled out the heater housing and the blower motor seen right here. As a reminder, these are the 2 mounting points for the blower motor on the back side of the heater housing. Rotating the housing, you can look inside of there, and what you can see is the actual housing that the blower motor sits in. The blower motor mounts into the 2 holes in the back there, which also have rubber washers, and then you also have the cork gasket. The heater housing can be further disassembled. There are actually 14 screws that hold it all together. And first thing I did was to take the defroster vent off, which is held by 3 screws on the top right here. And then you can see the flap that opens and closes your defrost vents, and this one worked pretty well, so it was in good shape and we can use it again. After removing all the screws, what I noticed was that the back side of this heater housing actually came apart. So pulling off the back side here, you can take a look at it, and again you can see where the blower motor mounts. There's the 2 mounting holes, and they both had rubber washers in them, plus the gasket. This other hole here is where the wires came out, and they had a rubber grommet in there, so make sure you don't forget the rubber grommet. We can now remove the blower motor housing, and it just simply slides out the back with all the screws undone. And that's what it looks like right there. So with the heater housing assembly taken apart here, what you got is the blower motor, the back access plate, defroster vent, blower motor housing, and then the actual housing itself that holds the heater core and the blower motor for the heater system. Hopefully this will help somebody out there. Thank you very much. Bye.